Advancing EEWS in southern Chile, saving lives 1 second at a time. For our presentation, we decided to highlight the importance for an earthquake early warning system, also known as EEWS for short, for southern Chile, a region significantly affected by seismic activity. We will take a deeper look into the unique characteristics of the community, specific hazards that they encounter, and our proposed solution to enhance disaster preparedness and safety for the community. There are three main regions in southern Chile: Los Lagos, Aysén, and Magallanes. This area is characterized by a rich variety of landscapes, including stunning mountains, picturesque fjords, and extensive coastal areas. Many communities are separated by this natural geography, which already makes transportation slow and emergency response that much more difficult. The population of the area is over 5 million, featuring a significant number of indigenous Mapuche communities. Additionally, there are numerous fishing towns and agricultural settlements. From an economic perspective, southern Chile is far more rural than the north. With most jobs being related to fishing, forestry, and agriculture, southern Chile has far fewer modern infrastructure and available resources. Since southern Chile sits right on the Nazca and South American tectonic plate boundary, it is particularly vulnerable to earthquakes. This region experiences numerous earthquakes with fewer warnings and alert tools than necessary. The combination of frequency and lack of technology is what makes southern Chile one of the most at-risk populations in the country.
Now, to understand the geography of Chile, we have to know that Chile is located along the boundary between the Nazca Plate and the South American Plate, which makes it one of the most seismically active regions in the world. The Nazca Plate is slowly sliding beneath the South American Plate, which is a process called subduction, and this movement builds huge amounts of stress in the Earth's crust. When this stress is finally released, it actually causes earthquakes. And many of these earthquakes are pretty small, but some of them can be strong and destructive. For example, in 2010, Chile experienced a magnitude of an 8.8 earthquake, which caused widespread damage and even triggered a tsunami along the coast. Because of this, Chile has some of the strictest building codes in the world, and people have been trained earthquake drills to stay safe. The country's location also makes it prone to volcanoes and tsunamis, so understanding the plate boundary is essential for both scientists and residents. This shows the plates and where the movement is going on in Chile.
Next, let's discuss earthquakes in southern Chile. What is an earthquake? An earthquake is ground shaking that occurs by the sudden and rapid movement of one block of rock sliding past another along a fault or a fracture in crystal rock. The process goes as follows. Two rocks will either pull away, collide, or slide past each other. This happens at divergent, convergent, or transform boundaries, respectively. As the rocks continue to slide past each other, stress or pressure is created and built up. Once stress surpasses the strength of the rocks, a rupture will occur, causing the rocks to spring back and forth and vibrate. How do earthquakes occur in southern Chile? Chile is located near the Nazca and South American plates, which are constantly converging. The Nazca plate subducts underneath the South American plate, and as they do this, stress is building up until it surpasses the strength of the rocks. Once it does, stress is released and a rupture occurs, causing an earthquake. Because most of the alert systems are in the north, this causes people in southern Chile to be more at risk of damage or harm, since the people in the north get their information and alerts faster than the people in the south. Now let's take a look at the effects of an earthquake. First off, predicting an earthquake is impossible. This causes more people to be susceptible to the effects of an earthquake. Primary effects include ground shaking, bridge and road damage, power and communication failure, and more. Secondary effects include tsunamis, landslides, fires, long-term economic loss, and more. All of these effects can cause death and damage and harm to those unprepared for an incoming earthquake. This is why we propose building a new earthquake early warning system in South Chile to help those better survive future earthquakes.
Now, going into what an EEWS is. An EEWS stands for Earthquake Early Warning System, and it's designed to detect the very first seismic waves from an earthquake, which are called P waves. P waves are compressional waves that move the ground back and forth and usually cause very little shaking. However, after the P waves come, the slower but much stronger S waves come, which move the ground side to side and cause most of the damage. The system works by detecting the P waves early and sending alerts before the S waves hit, and that's what we want to focus on. Even just a few seconds of warning people can give them time to take protective action, such as dropping to the ground, moving to a safe spot, or stopping trains and machinery. Countries can use EEWS systems to alert millions of people and even automatically shut down trains to prevent accidents. This early warning system can save lives and reduce damage during earthquakes, which is something that we want to implement stronger in southern Chile.
So our proposed mitigation technique for southern Chile is going to be the Earthquake Early Warning System, also known as the EEWS. And it is very appropriate for our region and disaster we chose, which is southern Chile and earthquakes, because it is a technology that is directly made to warn against earthquakes. And this is very important for southern Chile, where it has frequent and high magnitude earthquakes with little natural warning. So you cannot do much in predicting earthquakes that are about to happen, but you can have technology that is good in detecting earthquakes when they do happen, buying people crucial seconds of time. Even 5-10 seconds buys enough time for people to duck, cover, find a safe spot to hunker down. It allows hospitals to stop major surgeries and secure their medical equipment from being damaged. Allows power plants to disconnect power to the grid, possibly reducing fires as a secondary effect. Allows factories to halt dangerous machinery, reduces casualties, prevents infrastructure failure, and enables rapid emergency response.
I'm covering whether or not this is a reasonably achievable solution for our given problem. And so for my first point, I will be covering the practicality of the solution. And so implementing an EEWS in southern Chile is highly achievable because the technology is already well established globally, and Chile has existing national expertise. In fact, the northern and central regions of Chile already operate these EEWS infrastructure, meaning expansion into the south would be a realistic next step. Even with the remote nature of southern Chile, and EEWS is still a practical solution as they are compact, rugged, and proven to operate in these remote regions. And so that would make it an ideal candidate for solving our issues. And for my next point, I'll be covering the financial feasibility of this solution. A regional EEWS in southern Chile is estimated to cost between 10 to 20 million USD for installation and long-term maintenance. This price pales in comparison to the cost of destruction from an unprepared community. And funding for this could be reasonably obtained through the Chilean government. It should be well within their budget to fund this endeavor. And they could also obtain funding from international support and partnerships with their local seismic institutes. And for my third point is just the overall achievability of this solution. Expanding the EEWS into southern Chile is a realistic and affordable solution to southern Chile's lack of preparedness for seismic activity. The EEWS is affordable within the Chilean government's budget, and it is a proven technology. There's also pre-existing expertise that would allow for a smooth implementation of the system.
So for building a culture of safety, we're going to want to do three things. We're going to want to install a network of about 100 seismic sensors across southern Chile, partner with phone providers and emergency agencies to establish a communication network for alerts, and connect sensors to the central hub, Puerto Montt or Temuco. Then for the conclusion and key takeaways, southern Chile faces a high seismic risk, but lacks adequate warning coverage compared to the rest of Chile. Implementing localized EEWS is a practical, affordable, and life-saving solution. By investing in this system, Chile can close the regional preparedness gap and ensure that every second truly counts during an earthquake. And here are our sources, and thank you.